In 2010, year 2010, I realized that I was about 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I had about 6 years of experience in the legal field, and I felt that I was ready to come and start my career as a practicing advocate. And I had experience in various spheres of law, such as administrative law, constitutional law, criminal law, civil work in general. I then applied to do pupillage, but meanwhile I was called in and I was appointed to work with a judge, Justice Samela, here in the Cape High Court as an assessor in a criminal matter. And I did that for the rest of 2011 and applied at the Cape Bar. I was accepted at the Cape Bar to do pupillage. And I was one of the few candidates that received a bursary, a financial assistance that is meant for transformation by the Cape Bar. I did my pupillage, I wrote my exams and successfully passed, and from January 2013 I started to run my practice, which is what I'm currently doing now.
So was it discouraging, or would you say, when you started trying to get into the profession, like when you were looking for your pupillage?
Yes, there were challenges because I didn't just apply here. I first applied in Joburg because my family lives in Joburg.
Okay.
And because when you're doing pupillage, you don't earn a salary. So I thought having to move in with my parents was the best. But my application in Johannesburg Bar was turned down. And when I inquired, and they said to me that, well, they looked at my experience as well as my competitors' experience, of which then I was unsuccessful. Then I applied at the Cape Bar.
So aside being an advocate, do you do any other thing else at this moment?
Yes, I am, well, not this semester. I tutor first-year law students at UNISA.
Okay.
And because the practice was starting to be too demanding, as well as being a parent, I stopped the face-to-face tutoring last semester, and I'm still on their system as an online tutor.
Okay.
Yeah, still for first-year law students. I've done a lot and extensive work regarding the tutoring, and yeah, I still communicate with some of my students.
So what else would you be doing if you were not an advocate?
If I was not an advocate?
Yeah, so if you're not a lawyer, generally, since you're
I
life,
would still be in the government employment.
But as a lawyer, you always wanted to be a lawyer?
Yes,
okay.
Nothing else but law. I love law. I feel that law, you know, is everywhere. Each and every company, every organization needs a legal department, because what we're doing is based on rules, and rules are law.
So what are some of the challenges that you face as a female advocate in South Africa, and what has been your experience?
The challenges are that when, let's just say, for instance, a client didn't know that maybe you are a female person, they would expect, I've had numerous like briefs and maybe faxes and stuff addressed to me as a Mr. It's like they would say, "Attention, Mr. Mthamzeli." You know, it's like as if it's not expected to have a female person being an advocate and, you know, occupying these chambers. But you know, with the transformation that the South African government is pushing, as well as, you know, the Cape Bar, I feel comfortable in my career. However, it is still a struggle. there are challenges. There are times that I don't have work, and at the end of the day, I've got overheads, I've got this chamber to pay, I've got my telephone line, I've got floor dues to pay the employees and the running of this floor, as well as my rental at home, my child, myself, transportation and all those costs. But because I have a dream, I told myself that I am determined to make that dream come true, no matter what.
So, but we hear sometimes, like especially advocates and lawyers in the Western Cape, and who are maybe black, they say they don't get work. Is it experience you have because you're black, you think, or why is it that you don't get work? Do you think it has to do with the race?
It's yes and no. Yes, I'll start with no. Well, no, because when you come in here and you become a member of the bar,
okay,
nobody really knows you. And advocates are not allowed to tout. So it's not like you can get out there and talk to people and say, hello, give me briefs, I'm here. It's either by referral or by people you know or by attorneys that you knew before you came here. I must say, well, my first brief was from a friend that he's an attorney in a big law firm, and he knew me before I did pupillage, and when I was already running my practice, he knew that I was running the practice, and he at least gave me a chance by giving me that brief, that first brief, which I proved that I can handle that brief and make a success of the case, and he gave me another one. So it depends on you how you want to make a success of it. But the challenge that what I've realized is that the system that we as advocates use doesn't really always work. I'm saying that because you have to sit in your chambers and wait for your phone to ring. You have to wait for an attorney to give you a brief. You can't get out there and get the brief. That's now my no. Now the yes part is that, well, you would see that a lot of people that you did pupillage with, particularly, colored people and white people, are in and out of court. They, you see them robed, going to court. Meanwhile, you don't have any work, and you're wondering, what is going on? Why can't I get work? So in a way, the race does play a role, especially here in Cape Town, because Cape Town is dominated by white law firms, not the black law firms. Black law firms here are not that successful, and well, they're striving, but they're still not that successful. However, the state attorney does take care of the black advocates. I've received numerous briefs from the state attorney, and well, I'm still waiting for more.
Okay. So what, in your opinion, should the government do to help women achieve or reach their full potential in South Africa, especially in the practice of law?
I think the government needs to set up a fund of some sort. I'm not sure what. You're putting more on the spot. I never thought of this idea, but what I realize is that coming from a poor background and wanting to make a success of my dream, I've got a goal to achieve at the end of the day. My father was a laborer. He just retired this year. My mother was a housewife. I am a third born out of 7 children. And there was no investment policy or whatsoever. My father never had a farm to, take care of us or anything like that. He had to work and earn 400 rand per week in order for us to eat. For me to get through to university, I had to apply for bursary. I had to work very hard, and I obtained the bursary as well as the student loan from government. That's how I managed to get here. Even when I started pupillage here, I applied for a bursary because there is no way that I could have survived on my own, because there is no fund or whatsoever that's meant for African women that are in the legal field and want to make a success of it. Even still today, I am still the bursary holder of the Cape Bus bursary, because I can't afford to go on. My costs at the end of the month, they are way too much. But, well, I'm a believer. I have faith in God. I believe that God provides, and hence I'm here. I'm still here.
So what were your dreams as a child?
Well, as a child, I first dreamed of becoming a doctor, but I realized that I was so scared of seeing blood. and then I changed to become a lawyer.
So what is your definition of perfect success, and what does it mean to you to be happy and fulfilled?
I beg your pardon?
What is your definition of success? What does it mean to be happy and fulfilled?
Okay. For me, success is when you follow what you determined to have at the end of the day. It's not about being a millionaire. It's about being content that you are at a place that you've dreamed to be at when you were young. And moreover, once you get there, once you reach that dream, you become happy. I am happy that now I am running my own practice. I am happy that I don't have I don't have to be employed in order to make a living. I get out there, I get up and come here and make it happen. So for me, that's where my happiness is based. It's based on the fact that I am driven, I am determined, and I would like to really inspire more other girls out there. Recently, if I can mention, on the 18th of July, it was Mandela Day, myself and two of my colleagues as well as one judge, we went to address top law achievers, students in UWC, and they were quite touched, and I spoke to them, I spoke my mind, I told them what it takes to become a successful advocate, and it doesn't matter what your background is, it doesn't matter whether you grew up in a shack or you grew up in a mansion. At the end of the day, if you have a goal to achieve, go for it. If you have a dream, go and live that dream.
So do you consider that you've achieved your goals? Are you fulfilled? Do you feel satisfied where you are, or you're still looking to say you have a foundation to go to where you actually want to go?
I think where I am right now is a foundation of more success and achievements to come.
Okay. Can you name a person who has a tremendous impact on you as an expert in the field of law, or maybe someone from your family or a mentor who have had such an impact on your life growing up and to where you are now?
I get goosebumps when I think about this. My late aunt, she passed away in 2002. I was still in university, but she's the one who pushed the education in our family. I am this person that I am today because she believed that education is the key of life. If you get an education, nothing, not even the sky is the limit. She's the one who pushed me to attend Saturday classes during my mentoring. she's the one who pushed me to go and get bursary forms and be able to go to university. My mother also played a role because, well, she supported me. My father also supported me, but I was mostly close connected with my aunt who lived in Khayelitsha. Hence I'm here in Cape Town because I first came to stay with her in Khayelitsha in her house. So she inspired me a lot, and well, she'll always be my role model.
So what are the most important decisions you think you have ever made, personally or and professionally?
Important decisions
that you have made, professionally and personally?
Professionally,
like becoming an advocate?
The most important decision was to, decide that I am coming to the bar to do my pupillage so that I can run my practice as a member of the bar, because I had the choice. I got admitted as an advocate in 2005. I had the choice to become an independent advocate, but I thought, no, that was not a good move. I'd rather go put everything aside and do my pupillage so that I can be a member of a respectable and recognized bar.
Personally?
Personally, I would say it's to get myself education, because education molds you. When you are born, you are raw. And once you get education, you start to become a person. It molds you up. And I would say personally, just to get that.
Okay, so what is most important to you, to your life? Mission, core value, vision, or profit, or all of the above?
I like to live a balanced life. For instance, I like to maintain my family values. I like to maintain my religious values and my professional values, and my culture where I come from. That's why I'm saying I would say a bit of
everything
above
okay.
is important, because at the end of the day you need profit, because you won't be able to go on in life without profit.
Mm-hmm. So what would you say to young South Africans who are at a crossroad regarding the choice of a career path?
Should I limit this to law?
It could be any other thing. Maybe they want to be doctors at something as well. No, however, whatever comes to mind.
Well, in fact, I am currently mentoring quite a few children. I would say that because I've got 2 scholars that are in high school that are looking up to me. They have interviewed me because they would like to explore whether being an advocate or being a lawyer is a good choice for them. And I've got a couple of law students that are busy with their law degrees. And I've got a couple of, pupils that just wrote their exams who were depending on me for material and, answering the questions. And I made time for all of them because I believe that inspiring other people to be where you are is the way to go. It's how we build our society. At the end of the day, I would like to see the African continent, being in the same power as the European continent.
Okay. What is the one thing you think a young girl child in South Africa can take personally that you did that helped you to get to where you are? A young girl in this, just specifically for girls.
Respect yourself.
Okay.
When you respect yourself as a young girl, then others will respect you, and you will be able to, if you know that you've got self-respect, you will be able to follow a track that's gonna make you end up being successful one day.
Would you say to a young girl in South Africa, forget rich men today, study because tomorrow will be better that way?
Please rephrase.
to young South African girls to say, forget about young men with their, rich men with their money today. Study because it's going to be better for you that way tomorrow. Is it an advice you give to a young girl? You say, don't follow rich men.
Yeah, you know what? Getting a rich man is actually the easy way out. But just imagine when your body is getting, when you're getting old and you're getting fatter and your boobs are starting to sag, that old man is going to drop you like a hot potato. And he's going to go chase another 16-year-old. Then you are left with nothing. Are you going to go and look for another old man? No, I don't know. But what I'll suggest is that get education. Education must be your second husband, even if one day you married, but things don't work out. You're still able to maintain yourself and not depending on a man.
Are you married and do you have children, and how are they supportive of your choosing career path?
Wow, that's a personal question.
Whatever answer you give, we will take it that way.
When I've made mistakes in my life. I'm not a perfect person, but I strive to get out of the mistake and make it better. I got married in 2007, and I have a first daughter before that, and I have another daughter from the marriage, but things didn't work out between my husband and I, and we got separated. I am now raising my children as a single parent.
And doing the job as a practicing advocate. So finally, how do you balance your work with the family life, taking care of those beautiful children at home?
It's very hectic, very, very hectic, but the one child that's older, the 10-year-old, is not staying with me. She's in Joburg, and all I have to do is take care of the little one. It's hectic because I have to wake up very early in the morning before 6 o'clock, prepare her for school, and the transport comes and fetches her, and then when she's gone, then I start to prepare myself. And mind you, I'm still a starting up advocate. I don't drive to the city. I take the bus. So after having to prepare myself, then I have to get into the bus, pull my briefcase and get here, and sometimes I'm all sweaty and I still have to go to court, introduce myself to the judge, and then I would start to relax when I'm already in court. It's a hectic kind of life, and by the end of the day, then I would wrap up my work for the next day and rush home so that I can cook a healthy meal for my little one, put her in the bath and spend time with her, watch TV, make jokes, and at the end of the night I still have to do some work. And I would say I go to bed around about 11 p.m. between 11 and 12. That's when my day ends.
Okay, finally, a word of inspiration to women and young women out there, and maybe a word that can promote the way men relate with women. What, in your opinion, do you think can help, from a woman's point of view, to think if men were to behave in a certain way, maybe it would be better for women?
If they can just respect us and give us a chance to prove that we can do it too, then, the society will be a better place to live in. Because what I've noticed is that men kind of like ambush and bulldoze us. Even when you are in court, you'd experience that you are getting looks from, male colleagues. It's like as if you are not sure. It's like they expect you to be less confident than them. And it's a very bad thing, but if they can just give us a chance.
Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. Thank you for the interview.
Oh, is
Thank
this
you. Yes,
the
that's
end?
the end.
Oh, okay.
So we're done.